Warren Buffett's secret. I guess everybody's heard of Warren Buffett. He's the most successful investor of the 20th century, a self-made man who's now the second or third wealthiest person in the world. But what's less well known is the fact that he's an incredibly good copywriter. In 2004, he won a prestigious international award for his skills based on the clarity and persuasiveness of his annual reports. And his secret is, he doesn't write, he speaks. When writing, I pretend that I'm talking to my sister. I just begin with, "Dear Doris." And that's the key to all good sales copywriting. There's a very real difference between spoken and written English. Even if we're not trained, every one of us can recognize it. That the spoken word is direct, exactly the tone of voice that we need for sales-oriented copy. Unfortunately, the moment most people sit at the keyboard, their brain switches into written mode. Wherever possible, try to imagine you're talking, not writing, to another person, not an audience. Let's take a real-life example from Apple Corporation, and they certainly know a thing or two about copywriting. In a single piece of iPhone copy, they use the word iPhone 81 times and the word Apple another 26 times. But the words you and your are used over 100 times. Here's an example. So you can browse, download and stream content at remarkable speeds wherever you happen to be. So forget ABC Company is grateful for the support of its customers. ABC Company can't possibly be grateful. It's a company, for God's sake. So much better to use we are grateful. What does spoken English look like? Well, Warren Buffett gives us a couple of clues. Short, simple sentences using short, simple words. Simple ideas expressed simply. In fact, as copywriters, we even use one-word sentences, often to answer our own questions, like, how do they feel? Comfortable. Who can benefit? Everyone. Spoken English is much more relaxed, much less stuffy. We can do things teacher never let us do at school, like starting a sentence with and or but. The lightest cakes ever and the most delicious. The best deal on the market, and it comes with 100% money-back guarantee. We can use contractions, so we are becomes we're. You will becomes you'll. Should not becomes shouldn't. Contractions are probably the biggest single differentiator between written and spoken English. We can use slang and we can use clichés because that's exactly the way we speak. Writing this way influences your reader's perception that you're speaking directly to them and not just to anyone out in cyberspace. And if it's your first impression with a reader, it's a great way to start forming a relationship for the future. A quick tip. To begin with, I suggest you don't try writing in spoken English. You'll write much faster in the written English you're used to. And then go through it shortening sentences, breaking up sentences, adding contractions, simplifying and so on. And read it out loud and ask yourself, does this sound like me talking to an old friend? In our next session, I'm going to show you how we can use an avatar to get exactly the right tone of spoken English.